Gang, I have a treat for you today. The foundation of good skiing, brought to you by Alain Veth, who is the ski school technical director at the Taos Ski Valley. A colleague of mine, a great mind in skiing. You will love this clinic that he is delivering to instructors. So this video is for instructors. This video is for beginner skiers. This video is for anybody who is interested in dissecting important movements of the turn through the transition that hold true through a wedge Christie, basic parallel, dynamic parallel, and carving turns. I think we got it done.
How can I say that, really nicely and calmly? Basically, we've been working on the transition the last 4 days. And basically, for me, good skiing is to be able to really be in communion, okay, within the elements during that phase of transition. If we are centered, if we are balanced, for the little bit of strength that we have because we are all getting older, if we can be stacked up in the top of the turn and moving within our base of support, we're going to be balanced and it's going to be effortless. Okay, so that to me, that sense of effortlessness, I don't know if it's a word, okay, it is that freedom to pick and choose anytime we want to do in the top of the turn to be able to enjoy that let go. The communion with the mountain, the balance with the mountain, and that turn then we are producing, nobody can take that away from us. That's what we create, that's what we connect with, and if we can share that with our classes or our instructor, and our instructor can give that to our clients and guests, I mean, it's going to be a very successful year. So, we are talking about transition, right? And so in a wedge situation, one leg is going to be a little heavier than the other. And when I'm coming across, okay, when I'm going to complete my turn coming across, I want to make sure that I don't want to go from a stiff leg to another stiff leg. That's such a hard move. It's very defensive. And so what I want to teach to our guests is if I am core, I'm totally stacked up, I'm balanced, ankle, knee, hip is flexed, my core is contracted in a relaxed way, my face is calm, but my core is engaged, okay? So one leg's gonna be a little heavier. As I'm coming across, I am trying to kind of retract that legs a little bit, make that leg lighter to make sure that before I make my new move, I'm gonna glide with equal leg length. It means that if that is heavier and a little stronger, I'm gonna kind of back off on my leg tension to have both legs equally engaged, okay? Now, I am gliding, I've got equal leg length. Now I can bring my center of mass to the new outside foot, and I can establish that platform, I can move away from it, okay? So you are playing with four sets of edges. Well, on the wedge, it's more like 2, 4 when it becomes a wedge Christie, basic parallel turn and a carve turn. But it's that idea, then you are always playing from one foot onto the other, and with grace, with effectiveness, and we never race against one side versus the other, but we are always moving with it, okay? Stay on your wedge. Right there, I'm like there. I'm totally relaxed. Now I can look. I can anticipate. And right there, I'm totally neutral. I can look down the hill. Now I can say, okay, let's do that gentle weight transfer. Right there. That's equal leg. We can add flexion, extension, whatever we do. At one point, I don't know the duration of it, but at one point, both legs are doing the same thing. Okay, either in the air or on the flat with the hip moving up and forward. So there is, at one point, a moment in the turn where both legs are even. The way I felt when my legs was even is when finishing up the turn, I was gliding to find my new foot. And during that time, I had the equal amount of contraction on both sides. I said, Eureka, I am leg length is the same because the tonicity the contraction of his legs was equal. So to me, it's like, I was not checking to see if my leg was equal, but on the contraction of the muscle below me, it was equal. That's what I felt. Because what I've noticed is more of a breaking wedge. Going that way. Okay, let's make another break. That is so breaking. I want to glide. I want to frag the neutral. What I'm learning and what I'm doing here, do you think is going to change on a basic model turn? Is it? No. Do you think it's going to change that transition? It's going to change on a railroad track, which I don't like that term, a carving turn? It's not going to. At one point, when I'm going to be short and long leg, and I'm going to just lengthening my transition, the firing of my muscles is going to be equal. So either on a wedge turn, on a higher performance turn, it should be the same. So that's why it's so important to start in a lower level to be able to search it. If we can search it now, we're certainly going to be able to get it later. In the transition, why do I want to lengthen that transition? Is to allow, if we're going to make a new turn, to allow it to come and we are neutral, to be able to move our weight onto the new ski. Okay? And if we are stacked up skeletically onto that new ski, well, we're gonna want to push up from it. We either can turn and twist, or we can tip and load, and it's gonna be an arc turn. Okay? So that's really, really important for me. All what I've really felt on those gentle turns is like, he was a little heavier here, he does it, then he was neutral, then he comes to this one, and then I can go with it. Okay? He's like, my whole body is gonna be, I didn't change the angle, I just did a gentle weight transfer. But I'm gonna do that purposely by elongating my transition, okay? Beautiful demo, he moved to the new foot, he had the sense, an urge of moving up a little bit. Don't need to venture of that. When you go to the new foot, it's here. It is not here. You don't need to elongate angle 1, 2, and 3. You just move within that new foot. Though, if everybody was to do a demo the way you did, I would be a very happy person. So thank you.
Well, you should base your happiness on something else.
No, right now it is my happiness. Yep, exactly. We're gonna match, okay? We're gonna match. So for the people, okay, who has been a little too strong, okay, on that, outside leg, and not really gliding, finding that leg length to be able to move onto the new foot, okay? For those people, we want to make sure that when we are fighting that stacked up, that outside foot, okay, we are matching the inside leg. We are not matching to match. The terrain kind of dictate the matching. The turn shape kind of dictate the matching. We could match at the top, the middle, or the end. What I'd rather do is to match toward the bottom of it. So the whole stacked up, the whole balance is there through the turn. So the turn shape, the speed control is done. So at the end, we're gonna match. We're gonna match on the traverse. We're gonna match a little bit more toward the traverse of it. The end result is gonna be the simultaneous edge angle. Make sure that we've got corresponding edge angle on the drifty way, but we're gonna just match at the end. When you start to engage that inside leg, there's a lot of kind of worms. Suddenly you are challenging your balance, 4.5 and lateral. And so what I was thinking of the matching is not just matching of the leg, matching of the ski, matching of the leg, matching of the flexion, of the ankle flexion, matching of no tip lead. So when I know then there is no tip lead, I know you engage and connected with the inside leg. Okay? So just the matching is not just my skis are parallel with corresponding edge angle. It's not just that. It's so much more.
So, do you know that you're the only guy let touch my skis? Right? You know this, right?
Yes, I do. I've been tuning for the last 33 years with the business, but
right.
a lot longer,
right.
With the US ski team and so forth.
Right.
I mean, my goal is to make sure that the skis last.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Contrast that to Tamara McKinney when you were doing her skis on the World Cup Tour.
Yeah.
How long would Tamara McKinney's skis last? A pair of slalom skis?
Okay, well, that depends. Okay, like she had her number one favorite pair. So that pair of skis will last for only 12 races, and that's it. 12 races. We were in Crunch Kagora.
Yeah.
Okay, it was steep, icy.
Yeah.
Every run, I was tuning her skis every run.
Yeah.
That trainers lasted 3 days.
Oh my.
You know, so it goes all over the map from a ski that I had for her 3 days in Crunch Kagora, all the way to a pair of race skis. Okay, like a World Cup skis, you know, which I will try to make it last for the whole season, which is about 24 runs. If we finish both runs. And that's it.
Wow.
Because we want the snap. We want the, if she's well balanced on it, you want the snap. You want to make sure the skis are fresh.
There are more videos to come where this came from with Alain Veth. So much that we can go over at every level of skiing. Yep, that's Alain right there in that classic photo from the 80s. Bye.